Mekhi Becton has found a new home in the NFL, and the Jets accepted the fifth-year option on AVT's contract. What does it all mean? Let's get into it here on Boy Green Daily.
Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field Gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show. Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor Gosh darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. Now, before we go any further, there's the Mekhi Becton news, there's the AVT news, and all kinds of things in between. But before we get there, I'd like to start the show with a special shout-out to Dom C. For those who have only been watching those shows or all the shows or what have you, Dom C is a Jets draft analyst, but overall NFL draft analyst. He's been joining us every Monday throughout the entire draft season for months. Provision and entertainment and mocks you hate and takes and everything in between. And last week was his final show, his final mock and final show on the channel until next year, basically, if he decides to come back. But I just wanted to start off the show. This is our first Monday show without him, outside of the Ryan Roberts or whoever joined us that week episode where he had a mini vacation, well-deserved. But I did just want to start off the show by thanking Dom C for everything he did for the show, all the draft takes and everything. And now we're flipping the page. We did a full draft review yesterday. It was like an hour and a half show, so you guys can check that out. It's doing very well. Me and my old man went through each pick. I brought up a bunch of points. It doesn't mean the draft takes and stuff are over. I will be having a couple of other guests throughout the week, getting even deeper into some of that, but I'm looking forward to it. So a lot of that action should be a lot of fun as well. So Dom C, thank you very much. Let's do one final chime for Dom C. Here we go. We salute you, sir. So thank you for your contributions. Let's get into it here on Mekhi Becton. In case you missed it, last night, Mekhi Becton and the Philadelphia Eagles agreed to a one-year deal worth up to $5.5 million. It pens a physical today. He'll be coming in for a physical today. And I just want to say awesome for Mekhi Becton. I know a lot of people have a lot of different feelings about Mekhi Becton. And, hey, different strokes, different folks. The feelings and emotions and things I have on this show doesn't mean every Jets fan has to feel the same. And to be honest, more times than not, a lot of people don't agree with a lot of the takes that I have. But I'm rooting for Mekhi. I'm happy for Mekhi. He goes to a great place. He gets a fresh start, which quite frankly is what he needed. A lot of people have asked me throughout the past couple of months, hey, Paul, is there any chance he comes back as a swing tackle? Is there any chance he does this or that? At the beginning of the offseason, I said, maybe. But as the offseason progressed, it seemed all the more obvious he was not returning. Comments on social media and things of that nature. So Mekhi Becton will be the swing tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is how it's being portrayed, that he will fill in both behind Jordan Mailata. He just got a bag of money from the Eagles. And then you also have Layden Johnson on the other side who's getting older. So he will be, yes, Jared B. asked, Becton the swing tackle? Yes, Becton is the swing tackle, according to people there. So left or right tackle, apparently, is the plan from what we're hearing for Mekhi. And, a lot of people had crazy expectations last year. I thought, staying healthy was the most important one. He appeared in 16 of 17 games. And a lot of people would be like, so what? But after 2 years of season-ending injuries, I think that's a major accomplishment for Becton. And now, like I said, he goes to a place that's a good place. It's a really, really good organization. Plus, he's got an awesome offensive line coach that blessed the move and said, hey, let's make it happen. That is Jeff Stoutland, who's one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL. He was able to turn Mailata, who's that former rugby player, into a worthy player in the NFL. So that is what's going to be happening. So shout out to Mekhi. He was able to stay healthy for the most part last year. We'll see what the next step is as he gets an opportunity. If an injury happens, he'll get inserted into the lineup for the Philadelphia Eagles. Boy, but how much it changes, it's kind of interesting how that happens. So he ends up being the number 11 overall pick in 2020. Supposed to be the franchise left tackle of the future. Obviously, we all know what happens. Shows some pop in year one. We're getting unusual highlights for an offensive tackle. We normally don't see that with the pancakes. Then back-to-back years of season-ending injuries. And then finally he's able to stay healthy, but not to the point where the Jets were willing to accept that fifth-year option. They declined it, which made him a free agent this offseason. And then this offseason, the Jets get their next left tackle of the future, in Olu Fashanu. So it's kind of funny how the circle goes. But yes, as you guys are all making jokes in the comments of Mekhi Becton saying I'm a left tackle, period, and now the irony of him being now a swing tackle, I can understand the irony of that. I can understand that for sure. And Mekhi is now in Philadelphia. So best of luck to him with the Eagles. Good luck, sir. As emergency vehicles are rushing by my house. Hopefully it's up for this house. Nope, it was right by my house. Okay, anywho. The other big news was AVT. It kind of got lost in the sauce because Joe Douglas was going to give us an update after the draft presser about whether they're accepting it or declining. And I'll be honest, as we went through this offseason, I thought it was an automatic accept. And also for people who don't know, that fifth-year option is fully guaranteed now. It used to only be guaranteed for injuries, and there was a recent change to the CBA. That is a full flip. That is a fully guaranteed 15.3. So I thought it was an automatic accept earlier this offseason. And then I spoke to a couple of insiders around the team that's covered the team for a long time. I said, hey, it's a slam dunk, right? And they went, yeah, well. And they kind of left that 1% of it not being accepted. And I went, interesting. Okay. I thought for sure it was accept, but every insider gave me that same sliver of 1%. Where I was kind of like, interesting. Maybe it won't be accepted. And then Joe Douglas at every public appearance has been a little hesitant. He's been a little shady, a little sketchy on, hey, AVT. We'll let you know. Because go back to the Quinnen year. They said, oh, yeah, we're accepting that at the NFL Combine. For this AVT thing, it's like, maybe. And I understand why. It's because AVT has missed 23 games during his NFL career to date, including 22 over the last 2 years. He missed one game his rookie year, and then he's missed 22 over the last two season-ending injuries back-to-back. This was the right decision for the New York Jets. I know there's some people out there. Again, this was another bad public perception by me. I assume when I put out this poll, like, hey, should the Jets accept the fifth-year option on AVT? I thought it'd be like 100% to 0%, of course, obviously. But it was a lot closer to 50-50. And people said, nah, he's injured all the time. See you later. And I was like, interesting. That was kind of the take on social media. But I'll tell you guys this. It was the right decision for multiple reasons. First off, you either have to believe or not believe. Do you believe he's going to stay healthy or you don't? If you don't, you decline the option, you roll the dice. And if AVT is a fully healthy year in 2024, then you got to pay him the bag next offseason. Obviously, the Jets believe. They believe in him. They say all the time, when he's healthy, he has Pro Bowl potential. When he's healthy, he has all-pro potential. And they're pushing their chips in the middle of the table on that with a $15.3 million guarantee. Here's the other part that I think is an important piece to this puzzle as it pertains to the offensive line and free agency. The Jets have a ton of decisions to make next offseason. Just a few. Off the top of the dome. I don't have a list in front of me or anything, but Tyron Smith's a free agent. Morgan Moses is a free agent. DJ Reed is a free agent. Michael Carter II is a free agent. Brandon Eccles is a free agent. I mean, you start going through all the names. Bang, 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 bang. All those names. Plus, all the 2022 guys are eligible for contracts for the first time in their careers. Sask Adna, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, Breece Hall. You start putting all that in a big-ass pile, and you would have added AVT if you declined his option. He would have been thrown into that pile of people that you got to pay. Oh, boy. That'd be a sitch. So it makes sense to accept that so you don't put more pressure on yourself next year. And again, you just got to hope that you're keeping AVT at guard. Like I said, I think that's another, I said it on the show yesterday, but I think it's another side effect positive of the Olu Fashanu selection with the number 11th overall pick is that he is your swing tackle. I think you should probably keep him at left, but he said he's been practicing right tackle too. So let's just call him your swing tackle for now. If either tackle gets hurt, Fashanu should be plugged in there, which means AVT is no longer that big red button of emergency in the middle of the room to say, ooh, let's actually go to him for tackle. Because, again, the Jets have lied before. The Jets said Jamal Adams is going to be a Jet for life, and then months later, traded. So the Jets say, oh, yeah, AVT is going to stay at one position. As soon as adversity hits, we need a tackle. AVT to tackle. Alijah Vera, tackle. James Woody would appreciate that shout out. So I feel better about that too as well, that Fashanu should keep AVT at guard, and let's just see what happens. Let's see if he can stay healthy. That's a big key for the New York Jets. And if he can, he's a pillar of this offensive line. So I really don't want the Jets, no matter what happens, to do that. And I hope that the investments on the offensive line can keep their word true and keep AVT at guard, because when he's been hurt twice, has been at tackle. Is that a coincidence? Is that not? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But the Jets have said publicly on multiple occasions that they believe the constant movement. AVT has played 4 of the 5 offensive line positions in the NFL. Let's just keep him at one spot, and let's see if that changes the dynamic. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. The Jets have been moving all around. He's been hurt. If you keep him in place, one part, perhaps he stays healthy. We'll have to see if that's the case. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So, again, I agree with the Jets' decision on the 5th-year option. Again, some people don't on social media. I think that was the right call. And then secondly, on the Mekhi Becton thing, best of luck, sir, in Philadelphia land. We'll see. In terms of offensive line, because I saw someone say this, who brought up Connor McGovern? Let me see if I can find your comment. Feel free to get the comments flowing. We're streaming live on the Heavy on Jets page. Shout out to Heavy for supporting the show. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25 and Twitter. Thanks to the 400 people that are in the room right now. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. NC says, part of the Boy Green Superfan Club, appreciate you. Would like to see Connor McGovern resign. Yeah, the Jets don't have a legitimate center behind Joe Tippmann. Now, some people say Wes Schweitzer. I like him better at guard. He was really struggling with snapping the football, which, from what I understand, is a prerequisite of playing the center position, being able to snap the football. And he struggled with that in camp, and Aaron Rodgers was getting pissed. So, okay, if you can't snap, slide you over to guard. Let's keep him there. But Connor McGovern would be a wonderful pivot. Last year, he signed a no-nothing $1.9 million contract, backup money. Would love to see him stay in that position. And he has a great relationship with Tippmann. And he's just understanding. Okay. Again, I always say with Connor, he's not the best center in the league. He's not the worst center in the league, but he's just average, just rock solid. So it'd be nice to have him back there, because just in case another injury happens, you just want to be insulated. And the Jets are insulated a lot of positions. At tackle, you have the starters, Tyron and Morgan, who are great on paper. If they can't stay healthy, you go to Olu Fashanu. Then you have Carter Warren. Then you have Max Mitchell. You start going down, you got guys that have all started games before outside of Fashanu, and you're like, okay, not too shabby. Like it. Would love to get into that a little bit. Then at guard, obviously, you got your 2 guys in there, one being AVT and John Simpson. Who else could be in the mix there? You have Wes Schweitzer, obviously, and some other pieces to the puzzle, but center is the one that we'd like to see. So he would be a phenomenal backup for Joe Tippmann. I really love how that relationship has kind of bonded and melded together. Let's hope that can continue, certainly, moving forward. So that's the one thing I'd like to see in the immediate, is an addressing of the center position. Now that we're post-draft, we could see some of those final roster tinkering. We could see stuff in a couple of months too. Wide receiver, the Jets only ended up taking one wide receiver. It was Malachi Corley, who I like a lot. We've mocked during the offseason process, but maybe one more receiver could get thrown into that mix. Center is a one that we could see. I wonder if they're kind of wrapped up with safety with all the young guys they have, but maybe a veteran is still to come from that perspective. We'll kind of keep an eye on that as well. So a couple of different things. All right, people are asking for calls, so I will open up the phone lines here on the show. Apparently, there's some people that need some venting going on here, so we will certainly get into all of that jazz. So let's take a gander here. All right, we're almost at 6,500 subscribers, by the way, on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. We're getting up there. So let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's keep it rolling. All right, let me go. Video, whoop. Hey, now. Let's go back to the comment section. Thank you. Video call-in link. Okay. And as I say every time, if you're watching on one of the other portals, Facebook, Twitter, what have you, you have to be over on YouTube to click into the show. That is now up. That is the pinned comment on YouTube. As long as I could see you and you're in a relatively quiet place, we'll get you on the show. So feel free to exercise that option. Maybe you have some takes to get off from over the weekend. We'll take it. Again, that is the pinned comment on YouTube. We appreciate you. So make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe as well. We'll be getting into some of that action later in the show. All right, let's go to it. He wanted it. He called it. The bat signal went out as soon as he saw that pinned comment, baby. Let's bring Alan on the show. What's up, Alan? Good morning, sir.
Hey, Paula, what's going on? I was positive through round 3,
Okay.
and then JD just lost me on day 3. Just absolutely lost me.
Yeah.
First of all, that Green Bay trade made absolutely no sense.
That was the first one in the fourth round.
The first one,
right?
No
Yes.
sense.
Yeah.
It
It didn't have any value. We did it on the draft value chart live. I was trying to do that live. They lost an extra 1/6 of value. So they lost the value of the trade, which was very puzzling. Now, I hated that. And then I said, well, let's see what happens. And they were able to flip that 4 for a future 3. So I went,
That I liked.
okay. Yeah.
I
So then
liked one of the 4 trades. I did not like the San Francisco trade. I don't like going a complete round down to get 2/6. And just based on what I saw throughout the draft, they traded up to get Jordan Travis. He was not going to go until round 6 or 7. Okay. Based on the fact that Michael Pratt went near the end of the draft and they were pretty much tied hand to hand, I think Travis would have been a 7th round pick. But what pissed me off the most in this draft is going into the draft, all I heard was how great this was a wide receiver and OL draft, an offensive line.
That's what they say. Yes. Yeah.
They get one offensive lineman and one wide receiver, and they go back to back. They go back to back rounds on running backs. Are you kidding me? Is this 1960 football anymore? That was ridiculous. And I love the excuses JD made. To me, the excuse was Izzy Abanikanda is going to get cut. And that's what's going to happen. You do not take running backs back-to-back rounds in 2024. I don't understand that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm in full camp. I heard, because like in the draft, I'm like, a second running back, that seems odd. And then in the post draft, which again they speak after each round, but specifically the big one is after the final day. And then he said that we obviously still love Izzy. Now, actions speak louder than words, man. You definitely don't. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, so he's gone. Yeah, I have to do more research into it because I was going to double check the numbers on how many teams on their initial 53-man rosters kept 4 running backs, because I know a lot of teams keep 3, but I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. But either way, that Izzy thing looks really bad to dip into that. Again, I prefer the veteran running back, and I was almost okay going into the draft not taking any. So for them to take 2, I was like, okay, all right,
ridiculous.
Interesting.
And also, finally, with the JFM trade, it's a result of some really piss poor free agent signings. It is. I mean, Tomlinson, they're eating all that money.
Right.
I mean, they have $52 million in debt.
Saw that.
That's unfathomable for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disgusting.
And so people who love JD, just look at that number and say, you know what? Maybe our GM isn't the greatest in the world. All I hope for is I look at the 3 defensive linemen they picked up at the UDFAs. I'm talking about Watts from UConn,
the Miami kid,
and Taylor from Miami. Yeah. I'm praying that 1 or 2 of those guys make the 53 because, again, I am no Michael Clemens fan. I don't think he's that good of a football player. Every week he seems to make a stupid play. There's always a dumb penalty. There's always an offsides when they need to stay composed. So again, day 3, JD. I know people love JD, and there are so many JD truthers. Other than Michael Carter, the cornerback, look at the last 4 years of day 3 picks from JD.
Brandon Eccles, baby.
Brandon Eccles is a number 4 corner. I'm sorry, but he's a good player. He's an average football player. There is no gems that they have picked up in day 3. They've picked up some guys as UDFAs, but again, day 3 players are just not good. And I just don't understand the approach that he made this day 3. Again, 1 wide receiver and 1 offensive lineman.
That was surprising.
For a draft that's supposed to be chock full of all of them, and they only picked 1 of each. That is where he failed. But
yeah,
I appreciate everything, Paul. And again, 7:30 every morning. God bless you, and God bless your wife on that one. Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, she's a real trooper, Alan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I will say, again, we've given a few comments on this, but throughout the week, I'm going to be kind of spreading all the takes. So we'll try to give each of them their proper love. But JFM, I'll be curious how they replace him. Because again, remember, you guys may remember, Boy Green did that mock trade where he traded JFM, and people were going, JFM ain't going to be traded, Paul, shut up. I'm like, okay. So kind of Paul called that on the mock, didn't he? But I thought if they traded him, they would have kind of gone a double dip, get a defensive tackle, get an edge rusher, and kind of mix, replace JFM with 2 cheaper guys. So they chose not to do that, unless you count the UDFAs, I guess. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens with that process. But yeah, the 2 running backs are going to be, I can't explain what was going on there. And we'll do another take on that later this week, because I have an article to finish up on that. Seems like the end for Izzy. That would be my gut. The Jets don't say that, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of BS. Now, people have been waiting for this for a while. I should have had some sort of video prepared. This is normally, Jake Ashton would have had this for like some sort of Gator production. I don't have any drum roll or any kind of music, but we've been waiting to hear from this man on all things Florida State. And that is Ricky, New York, gracing us with his presence. Jordan Travis, the GOAT, the legend, our QB of the future. Ricky, you're in your
How's it going, Paul?
What's up, brother?
Yes, I am very, very, very happy. You know what? Just real quick before I get to that, to touch on what Alan was saying, like I understand Alan's perspective, because he's hated JD and Saleh, for the better part of a year.
Yeah,
and I get it. At the end of the draft, they didn't do what we expected, maybe. But let's be honest, your 6th and 7th round picks are usually camp bodies or practice squad guys. I mean, yes, there's Brock Purdy or something like that, but typically your tail end of the draft guys aren't starters anyway. So I'm really not that worried about what they did at the tail end.
And no, the only thing I'll jump in to say real quick, Ricky, is the thing that I'll push back on Allen, where he's like, Jordan Travis and Pratt were evaluated the same. In Allen's mind, they were, but obviously not for the Jets. They saw a gap. They saw a difference, and they gave up 2 6th-round picks. That was 185 and 190 to secure Travis. And if they believe he has a chance, as Saleh was kind of saying, to be a great quarterback in their room, if they can develop him right and get to the pieces. If they thought that, then screw 2 6th-round picks. I don't give a flying hoot. If that's the perfect quarterback, and Ethan Greenberg, the Jets team reporter, asked a great question. Why was Jordan Travis the right quarterback for the room? Because there's a lot of developmental guys. There's Spencer Rattler and Pratt's and all these other guys, and they hand-selected Jordan Travis to be the guy. So I trust the Jets scouting staff from that perspective. If they're saying he's the guy and they wanted to give up the necessary pieces to get him, I respect it. So that one, you're not going to hear any heat from me on that.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of it has to do with his mental makeup. He's a very, very high character guy. When you listen to his Florida State teammates talk about him, it's almost like listening to the Jets guys talk about Aaron Rodgers. They love that kid. While he was at Florida State, 10,000 yards, he had 31 rushing touchdowns. I mean, the kid's a playmaker, and you won't find somebody that works harder. And I think it was absolutely the right move. I mean,
Do
naturally,
you
I
have your
would.
Jordan Travis Jets jersey and ship? Is that shipped yet?
You know what? I was kind
Yeah.
of waiting for confirmation on
Yeah.
the number at first,
Right.
which I actually shot a tweet at him. When was that? Yesterday,
Mhm.
and said you should take the number 3. It's available. You were drafted on day 3. You're coming in as the number 3, and I know you'll use that as extra motivation.
I love
And
that.
then I actually saw like Richie from Jets Media and a couple other
Yeah.
people actually mocked up pictures of him in a number 3 jersey.
Looks nice.
I don't know if they read my tweets and springboarded off of that. They just did it on their own. Like I don't know where that came from, but I've seen a few pictures of him already in a Jets number 3 jersey. I'm gonna hold off just a minute on ordering one before I know it's for sure.
That's a good point. But it is 100% happening, though. You are getting that.
Oh
Right.
gosh, yeah, absolutely. I've got my Travis Florida State jersey, but yeah, I need a green and white one, maybe a black one. But
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
man,
Let's throw that up on the screen so people could see it. There's Jets Media. Here's Rick. Here is Richie doing this. Look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that for old Jordan Travis. Spectacular.
yeah, that's awesome, man. That looks really sharp too. God, I love the new jersey. So glad the Gase era jerseys are gone.
Yep. See ya.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just I'm not going to take up a bunch of time because I know there's a lot of other people that want to call in. The last thing I wanted to say,
Yes.
you know what? I think all of us were scratching our heads at the second running back. It was almost like, shades of Adams and May back to back.
Yeah, that's right.
At least this was at the end of the draft.
That's true.
However, with that being said, there's a lot of people that might not understand it. However, we haven't seen these new kickoff rules in effect. We haven't seen this new special teams thing in effect. We don't know what that's going to look like. And, so I think that might be where that factors in. And I heard, I can't remember who they were talking to. They were talking to some of the Jets people, and one of the guys actually alluded to exactly that. So I think that might be it. You know what? It really doesn't sound good for Izzy, which is too bad. I liked him. So when I first heard it, I went, "Ooh, mid-round running back from Pitt. My favorite player ever was one of those. I'll go for it." So, but hey, you know what? There is nothing wrong with some healthy competition. If you want that job, take it. And if you can't, I don't know what to tell you. No. But at any rate, overall, I'm very, very happy. I'll tell you, one of the things that really made me happy was Braden Allen's tweet last night about pass protection. I'm going to keep Aaron Rodgers upright, make sure he plays another 10 years. God bless, dude. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
100%. I saw that this morning. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things turned out. I myself also probably would have liked, another receiver. However, I mean, how many receivers are we going to have? I mean, we've got a few. We've got quite a few already, and while I don't like losing draft picks, I mean, you got to pay everybody too. So I get it. Overall, I'm very happy. I think JD did a great job, and yeah, that's my take on it. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Of course.
Everybody have a great day. Go Jets.
All right, there he is, Ricky in New York, and real quick, I'll answer this tweet thing as well. Let's all wish Ricky well. Ricky's been going through a lot this draft weekend, so it's awesome that Jordan Travis is a Jet. I feel like that's a sign from the gods, and also let's send our love to Ricky. he had a lot going on. Again, I don't want to put all his business out there, but he had a lot going on. So let's just make sure we send our love and support for one of our fellow Jets enthusiasts. That's really cool. Here was a tweet Ricky in New York was talking about. I saw this morning, and oh wow, this is trippy. Here it is, Braylon. So Joe Blewett from Jets X Factor shares Braylon Allen pass friggin' protection here. He's showing some highlight clips of Braylon Allen being really good in pass pro. And Braylon Allen saw the tweet, quote tweeted it, and said, "I'm going to make sure A-Rod can play for 10 more years." Okay, sign me up, Braylon Allen. That's a way to get yourself kind of connected with the Jet fan base. So Braylon Allen, hello, sir. Very nice. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We've got our boy Gator once again going through the wonderful nature. Gator?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. A way to help out Jake. That was fun seeing you guys out there kicking some Patuki on that 1,000,000 hours of live streaming you were doing. That looked like a lot of fun.
It was. Jake was sick as a dog, which makes it pretty amazing. I actually did the math. We were live for 3 days. We were live for 18 hours and unfortunately, I came home with whatever he has, but at least didn't have to be there with it. So it is what it is. I'm sick as a dog with a dog. So
right. Yeah, there you go. Wow. But you guys kicked ass. I just wanted you guys to know it was awesome. 18 hours fully healthy as an ox would have been something, let alone sick as a dog as it looked like. So, wow, that's an exciting achievement.
Yeah, man, it was great having you on there toward the end, too, and helping us wrap this thing up because,
of course,
even staying to the last pick was like a waste. We just didn't even have the energy to comment on that last guy, to look him up and do the stats and stuff. I was like, all right, let's get the F out of here. Yeah. We're done. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm satisfied. I mean, I still am in the Injo D We Trust camp. I think that he deserves the benefit of the doubt, considering how a lot of these players that he's picked, are just borderline Hall of Fame potential type guys like Sauce and Wilson and Reese, and I think he has a lot to prove on the offensive side of the ball. So let's hope. And I also think he picks high character guys, which is something that is kind of hard to say because we don't really know much about these guys' characters, and they got the visits and they know, some of these kids. And I don't know, man, the CFL kid.
Yeah.
I don't get that pick. I feel like there were some stud receivers on the board that would benefit us at the time. I don't know if Rice was still on the board, but
he was. Because Stiggers was in the 5th round. Brendan didn't go to the 7th. There was a bunch. There's the Malik Washington kid. He ends up going to Miami. We went through it yesterday. Oh God, there was another one that we really loved. He went to Brendan Rice, and there's a third one. I'll see if I can pull that up quickly. But there was one other one that ended up going in the 6th round. The Jets ended up having 3 5th round picks, and there was a bunch. That's what we were kind of going through yesterday with my old man. Was the surprising amount of people that were available. Let's see. So I have it right here. Let's see. It was Malik Washington, Miami, Johnny Wilson, Florida State. That was the other one. Ricky would have been really happy about that one. He also went in that 6th round. So there's a bunch of the receivers in the 6th round that went shortly after Stiggers and a couple of the other ones I'm seeing here at wide receiver. And then we had a bunch in the 7th round too. So yeah, it was a little odd, only coming away with one of those.
Hey, couldn't we have gotten Stiggers with the irrelevant pick at the end? I mean,
possibly. Although I guess I'll share my, you think you have your draft insights, you talk to people. The crazy big ass offensive lineman from British Columbia was like something Manu or something. Giovanni Manu, I think his name was. He was listed as a 7th round pick, priority free agent, and he went in the 4th round. That was the guy the Lions took when they give us a future 3rd. So I guess sometimes we think we know what value is and then we don't. So maybe Stiggers could have been there with the 2 6th round picks that they had before they made the trade, or Mr. Irrelevant for sure, because again he's a CFL kid that's got potential but never played college. There's a chance of that, but I guess that's the risk of the game, I suppose.
Right on. One more, and I'll let you go. As far as the quarterback position, I love Jordan Travis. I'm happy for Ricky, of course, and prayers go out to him and his family. But I'm curious. I'm assuming he's not going to be able to touch a ball in preseason, so we're going to have to go out there and get a 4th quarterback, correct?
Yes, I think I have to catch up on the UDFAs because I wasn't all on top of my business yesterday. I think they got some kids, and I'm sure some of you guys may know them, but I think you probably need another quarterback beyond the no-name undrafted free agent they added too. So 100%, we'll have to see. Joe Douglas and Travis were seemingly hinting at he'll be ready by training camp, but if that's ready by training camp when he comes back, that means he's still going to have some more time to even get into football shape and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to need another camp arm for sure. And maybe even for the spring, actually, the more I think about it, because Rodgers coming off the Achilles at 40. You have Tyrod Taylor, who's old as well. So you probably want even a camp arm for these rookie mini camp and spring OTAs that are coming up. So we'll probably get another quarterback ad relatively shortly here, I'd imagine.
Yeah. A buddy of mine who I trust compares Jordan Travis to Jacoby Brissett, saying that he does have a bit of a ceiling, but that he's one of those guys that like he feels could be, one of these guys in the league that just hangs out for a really long time and does well, but maybe never becomes a superstar. So, and I trust this guy, so I don't know if that'll pan itself out or whatever.
Give me Jacoby Brissett. I'd sign up for that today.
Yeah, right on. Good seeing you, buddy.
Good
Happy
seeing
draft,
you too, Gator.
And I'll catch you on the tube, I guess.
I can't wait. Thanks, brother. Thank you, Gator. Yeah, we'll have to, again, make sure you guys check out Gator's YouTube channel, baby. You got to hop on that puppy. All right, let's go to the phone lines one more time. We have the legendary Bobby joining us here on the show. Good morning, Bobby.
How you do, Paul? How do I
awesome, pal.
follow that Gator? Unbelievable, isn't that?
Yeah. One of a kind.
Yes, he is. He's great. I always like him. I like you too, Paul, and your dad.
Thanks, pal.
So I give the Jets a B in this draft.
Okay.
Give them a B.
Explain.
Because I like the first pick you did. With the
Fashanu. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Fashanu. He's great. He's going to keep Aaron Rodgers up. And I like that running back you got from Wisconsin. He was
Braylon Allen. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he reminds me of like Giants had Ron Dane and the other guy, Ron Dane from Wisconsin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Ron Dane?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I thought you were going to, when you were pulling Giants old running backs, I thought you were going to give like a Brandon Jacobs. I'm like, sign me up for that. That'd be nice.
No, I said Brandon Jacobs too, but somebody says Brandon Jacobs was a little bigger.
Yeah. I don't know Brandon Jacobs. Actually, let me double check that. So let's see. What was Brandon Jacobs back in the day? That's a good question.
He was a big boy. I know that because he ran over.
Yeah, I remember him being a big boy. Let's see here. He was whoa, mama. All right, let's see. Let's get size here. Yeah, he's 41 right now, so he's getting up there. I see him do ESPN radio all the time. Oh boy, 6'4", 264 pounds. Good Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, a lot bigger. Braylon Allen 6'1", so he's shorter by 3 inches, and he weighed in at 235, so 30 pounds lighter too. Wow.
Yeah, so Ron Dane's more like him.
Yes, I think you're right.
And then, like you said, I heard now I know who the quarterback is that you picked up from Florida State. He just played our team Notre Dame this year.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot who won. I think we won or they won. I forgot.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame might have won that one.
Yeah, I'm a big Notre Dame fan.
Oh, so, Golden Domer, baby.
Yeah, who's your college team?
It's Notre Dame for my dad, so there's a lot of that, and I live here locally, so I have Syracuse ties because I cover the team on the radio.
I like the Artsman too.
There you go. That's right. So those are my two connections to college football. Yeah.
I like the basketball because I won $200 when Syracuse won the title. Nice. Remember that year?
2003. You bet.
Yes, 2003. That's it.
New Orleans.
Yeah, that's when I won $200.
Very nice.
Yeah. So you're going to be on tomorrow too, right?
Oh yeah, every day, baby.
Even on Sundays, that's awesome.
Even on God's Day, that's right. There you go.
I know.
I'm committed, baby.
You need a break once in a while.
I'll try to figure that out somewhere this summer, maybe. But no, I've been pretty dedicated. I don't think I've missed a show. I can't think. The only time I missed a show was at the Hall of Fame. The Wi-Fi in the hotel wasn't good enough to do a show, so I couldn't at the hotel. That was the last time I think I had a break. That was in August.
I want to give my prayers out to Richie and his family too.
Yes. I'm sure he appreciates that. Thanks,
And
Bobby.
I hope Jake's feeling better today too. So
Yeah, he was sick as a dog, and Gator got sick too with whatever apparently Jake
and then
has.
you know what I did
terrible.
for Jake? I
Mhm.
read the comments. I read the chats.
Yeah.
For him.
That
I
was
like
cool.
doing that. Oh, yeah, you were on it when I did it, right?
Yes, yeah. I was there at the end.
Yeah, at the end, yeah. Before Mr. Velo went. Yeah, I don't like that pickup, like Gator said, the guy from Canada. I thought that was pretty
Quantez Stiggers. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have got a better, like you said, a right receiver than that one.
Yeah, I think they were probably that. I think that ends up depends. He might play safety or corner, but if he plays corner again, it'd be nice because you're going to lose a lot of guys next year. DJ Reed, Michael Carter II, Brandon Eccles. Those are all free agents, so they have to have a plan. I think we'll see if that stickers.
How do you think the Giants do? What grade do you give them?
Yeah, let me see. Now that I can see here, I've got the ESPN thing in front of me. Let me give you a Giants review.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me take it. So I love Neighbors. That's wonderful.
Yeah, me too.
I was nervous. I thought the Giants were going to go quarterback, so I'm glad they didn't.
Me too.
Just wait a year and you can do that. Yeah, Tyler Nubin. He's a really good safety. A lot of people wanted him.
I never heard of him.
Yeah. He's a really good kid out of Minnesota. Really talented. He's a bigger body, 6'2", 199. Yeah, he's talented. So and you lost Xavier McKinney, so you needed a safety. For sure. I like Theo Johnson because you don't know about the Darren Waller situation. Is he retiring? Is he staying?
Oh, I think he's definitely.
Yeah, my gut is he's leaving too, but Theo's massive. He's 6'6", 259 out of Penn State.
We need a big body. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Another dart throw late at running back. He went Tyrone Tracy Jr. out of Purdue. That's fine. Any running back, quite frankly.
Yeah, well,
they were late in the fifth was nice.
Yeah. We got who we got rid of. Barkley.
Oh yeah.
And guess what team he went to?
Eagles. You'll still see him twice. You'll still see him
twice.
I know,
and he's going to run over 200 yards on our team too.
He's going to destroy you guys. But
I know every Eagle running back, like young kids, even get 150 yards against us all the time.
Yeah, so Boston Scott's remember the Giants killer. That's right.
Yeah, the Eagles got 2 or 3 Jets this season, right?
Yeah, that's right. Mekhi. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. I'll have to look through the. Bryce Huff, obviously, that's a really good one.
I don't know another one. I think it's maybe only 2.
Yeah, let me. I'll double check that Eagles roster too. Yeah, there might be another name or two that we're not thinking of, but those are 2 for sure. Bryce Huff and Mekhi. Let's see.
So you guys must be not too happy the smelly Eagles got them.
Hey, we finally beat them last year for the first time in history.
I was so happy. I did a happy dance when you beat them. My Giants can't beat them for anything. Forget about it.
Yeah. Well, the Jets could never beat them ever, so it felt good to finally check that one off the bucket list.
Yeah. They're not really rivals. It's only one time, you play them. Who cares? That.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We only play them like basically once every 4 years or something. So that's it. Oh, Braden Mann, our former Jets punter is on the team. So Braden Mann.
Really? Okay, so 3.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through the roster to see if any names pop out to me. And yeah, Braden Mann, he's over there. How could we possibly forget Braden Mann? Obviously, he's on that list.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, if there's anyone else,
I can't stand the Eagles.
Oh, CJ Uzomah. Boom. There's another one. That's 4 former Jets that are on that team.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, there you go. CJ. So, yeah, that's 4.
You got to call the New York Eagles.
Yeah, that's right. You might as well. Hey, fly, Eagles, fly. I understand.
Oh, I hate that song. I get sick of that song every time they play that
from the
game.
Jets.
Did you see that game against when that security guard got kicked out of the game?
Yes, that was the 49ers Eagles game. Yeah,
that was crazy. I just can't stand the Eagles. You know why?
What's that?
Remember when Michael Irvin got hurt in the last game he played in Veterans Stadium?
Yeah.
He got injured. They clapped for him to get hurt. I don't, I didn't like him, but I thought it was a great play. You don't go cheer for somebody to get hurt.
No, definitely not. And then they threw the batteries at Santa Claus during Christmas time. Good Lord, have mercy. Yeah,
They're
for
sick
God's
down
sakes,
there.
what about
I hate
Santa?
it. You know that I hate the Flyers because they have a
Yeah.
cheater. Who was that? Ron Hextall. That's it.
Yeah,
Remember
there
Ron
you go.
Hextall? He used to hit people over the heads all the time with his hockey stick. Yes, he's a cheater. They cheat. And guess
Yeah.
who won? The next beat those smelly 76ers yesterday. Yes. And
See
they're
ya.
going
Yeah,
to
the Knicks
take
are
it
going to eliminate
tomorrow
that.
night.
Yeah.
Embiid, Embiid, he looks like a walking Frankenstein.
Yeah, and that means the Knicks would get the Pacers. I like that matchup in the next
Yeah,
round
and
because
then
the
guess
Pacers
who
are up
we
3-1 on
beat?
Milwaukee, and then see
That would
Boston
beat
in
the
the Eastern Conference
Celtics.
Finals.
Yeah, that would beat the Celtics, and then we'll
There
play
you go.
Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs.
Oh, wow. That'd be
That's
fun. We'll be rooting for it. Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, I'll be here. Appreciate it. Bobby taking us on quite a trip there. No doubt about it. Okay, let's go on over to Johnny joining us here. What's up? Wow, smooth Johnny. Okay.
Hey.
That's you got a couple buttons down on that shirt. Who we impressing today, pal?
Now I got to go to the office real quick.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
Sucks, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
appreciate it. Got to put it on the table for the fam. I can respect that.
Well, you know, the again, I kind of got to agree with Alan. Those last picks makes this draft super incomplete for me. It's head scratchers, man. And what like Gator was saying, yeah, there was still a crap load of freaking receivers that we could have went ahead and got, right? First 3 picks, awesome. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Olu, Braylon, and Malachi, of course, which I've been, all about the dude. But at the same time, JD and their whole staff, dude, they're all about characters, bro. So they're going to bring those high character people here. And maybe some of these people that, they wanted to bring on over really weren't, and there's stuff that's out there that nobody's really talking about. So it'll be interesting to see how they pivot in the offseason and all that. Because, dude, I don't know, man. Even like before the draft, this roster that we already had, I think we were stacked already, man. So
I did too.
It's one of those where it's like at the end of the day, we got better as a team. And it'll be intriguing to put these kids in a position where they don't have to go in and beat a man off of the jump. Because you and I both know you and I both know that the New York market is no joke. We're really, really huge critiquing of everything that they do, so to kind of get them get in here, get adapted to everything, right? I mean, we've never done that, man. We've never had to where you just got these players just to sit back, learn, and possibly grow. I mean, these other teams have been doing it forever. It's literally their damn recipe. I mean, look what Green Bay has done.
100%.
Hopefully Jordan Travis turns out to be Jordan Love, or or he turns out to be Aaron Rodgers. I mean, imagine that. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but they're giving the freaking recipe for it. So, but I just wanted to come up in here real quick, bro, before I gotta, do this crap today. I miss my hat, bro. So
we miss your hat, man. I mean, you got a nice head of hair up there, which is what people say to me. They say, Paul, you have hair. Like, why are you wearing hats? Like, what if you don't have hair? I'm like, hey, man, I'm a hat guy. I like the hats. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I appreciate you getting on, man. I just wanted to just throw that up there.
I appreciate that.
In regards to that, man. Keep doing your thing. We'll be here every day, bro.
I love that.
JETS, baby. Jets.
Let's go. Johnny joining us here on the show. I'm getting this tweet in from my boy JP Waxer, so I'll throw this up. People are asking if the Eagles sign Becton, do we get the Huff comp pick? So there's a lot of hoopla around that, apparently, from what I understand. It depends when this Becton deal becomes official. If it becomes official after 4 o'clock today, that's going to mess up the comp pick formula if he signs before 4 o'clock today officially. So it's pending a physical, so I don't know how the Eagles are going to do it. So we have to keep an eye on the timing of the official Becton signing to see how it affects the comp picks. So JP Waxer, depends is the answer to that question. So TBD. We'll have to wait for the math on that one. All right, everybody. Fun show here. Thanks to the 600 plus people who are live here on the show or here every day. We appreciate you again. Like the video, hit subscribe down below. We'll be back on every single day at 7:30 in the morning. Again, we're getting closer and closer to 6,500 subs. Let me double check where we are currently on our numbers. Let's take a gander here. We are at beep boop bop. Computers calculating. We were at 6,494 right now. So we're 6 away from 6,500. So let's spread the good gospel as of this live show here on April 29th at 8:19 in the morning. So let's keep spreading the love, baby. My next big goal is 10,000 subs. Let's see if and when we can get there. Could be pretty cool. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We got some wonderful stuff. Actually, whoa. Okay, we have one more caller. I've been waiting to see if we could get this guy on. Before we leave, let's get a buzzer beater. Edward, our offensive coordinator, joining us. What's up, Edward?
How you doing, Paul? Hope you had a good weekend.
Yes, very much so, pal.
Signal may not be that good out here for some stupid reason, but I'm on a job site.
Well, that's okay. Go ahead. What do you got on your mind?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, remember we were talking about it was going to be a crazy draft? It was a crazy draft.
Yeah.
100%. The only thing I'm pissed off about is the JFM trade. We got nothing for it. I mean, absolutely nothing for it.
Yeah, it's a real swift kick in the loins because I thought that JFM and Hassan Reddick and all these guys were going to be able to be together, and it obviously was not the case. So yeah, that's tough. He was a cool team guy. I like JFM a lot.
Yeah. What JD said at the press conference is they were trying to work out a restructure, but he said they were both just too far apart. So it was kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah. They tried to approach him at a pay cut, to your point, and the money was too far apart, and they weren't willing to do it. So JFM says, "See ya," and he ends up signing a new deal with the Denver Broncos. So yeah, that's a real punch in the junk. It'll be curious to see, are they promoting from within? Is it going to be one of these UDFAs? Is there another move to come? That'll be interesting to see.
Well, we were talking about the fact that, they know more about what's going on in the locker room than we do. Maybe I keep forgetting his name. The guy they drafted last year, Will
McDonald.
Yeah, maybe he's like the real deal, and they just were keeping everything on the QT to try to get more draft interest. They wanted maybe people to think that JFM was worth a lot more than they thought he was worth.
I think that's a big reason why is opportunities. Obviously, with JFM here, that's less reps for Will McDonald. Now with him gone, Will McDonald gets a lot more reps. So they believe, Jets people say it privately and publicly, they think this kid's going to be a superstar. Well, now it's time to prove it. Let's see.
Well, he looked good the end of last year, so let's hope so.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, Edward.
All right. Anyway, have a good day, man. I got work to do. As you can see, I'm getting loaded by this cat right here. So.
Okay. Wow. All right, Edward. Well, thanks for carving out the time, brother. There he is, Edward, joining us here on the show. And also shout out to Mother Blankenchew joining us as a YouTube member to the Boy Green Superfan Club. Thank you so much, sir. And that's a good reminder, baby. Thanks for joining the group. Thanks for joining. For a small fee every month, you can support my YouTube channel. Again, it is the Boy Green Superfan Club. We got 20 plus members in this group, and it means a lot for you guys that take the extra step to do that. So for any of you who would be so kind as wants to join the Boy Green Superfan Club, you can do it whether we're live or not live. If you just watch a show and you'd like to become a member, you can just join it on my YouTube channel. If you're on the main screen, you can find it, and feel free to do so. We'd love it. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And now for real, we're signing off this time. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:30. Take care, everybody.